Well, good morning and welcome. It is Thursday, the 7th of May, as we continue to spend time together in God's Word during this period of lockdown. You know, something that has surprised me during these past 5 or 6 weeks, maybe it's the same with you, is just how good the weather has been. It's amazing, hasn't it? We've had long, sunny, almost warm days and bright, clear skies at night. Well, last night, as I was picking up Fraser from work, I was able to observe a truly wonderful sight. It was around about 9:30 in the evening, and as we were out in the countryside, there was very little light pollution, and the moon, when it came up, illuminated the sky in quite a spectacular fashion. It was bright and it was full. Now, as I caught up with the news this morning, the reason for this lovely light show became apparent. The USA Today newspaper reported that tonight, as Thursday evening, will be the last supermoon of 2020. Now, I don't know if you've heard this term before, but a supermoon occurs when a full moon is especially close to the Earth. This proximity makes the celestial body appear up to 14% bigger and 30% brighter than a full moon at its furthest point from the Earth. Now, this particular supermoon that occurs tonight has a special name attached to it. The Native American tribes called it the flower moon because of the large numbers of flowers that bloom during this time in May when it appears. Other people groups have named this supermoon the mother moon, the milk moon, or the corn planting moon, in reference to the increased fertility at this time. I think it's speaking about crops and plants rather than people in this instance, although the NHS are preparing for a baby boom here, happening 9 months down the line after lockdown. But anyhow, let's just leave that aside. Let's park that for a second, shall we? But anyhow, folks, mankind has always been fascinated with the heavens, their beauties, their mysteries, their movements, and their surprises. And early on in human history, after years of observation and record keeping, people discovered that with certain exceptions, the movements of the heavenly bodies could be predicted, as could phenomena like eclipses, comets, and meteor showers. And to them, what occurred on the dark canvas of space revealed creation's design, order, and perfection. As King David wrote, the heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. You see, it's like this. We can only know and predict the timing of these meteorological phenomena because we have a God who builds in order to his creation. The heavens can, if you like, only declare the glory of God when they make sense, when they display order, when they have pattern, when they show an intelligent mind that is behind them. Now, did you know that scientists have actually identified 75 finely tuned aspects of our world, each one of which is absolutely essential for life? If any of one of them were out of tune, we would all die. The intelligent mind is visible for us. Consider this. If the sun were any further from the centre of the galaxy, rock planets couldn't form. If it was any closer, stellar density would interfere with our orbit. If the Earth was 1 degree closer to the sun, we would fry. If it was 1 degree further, we'd freeze. If the moon was any closer or larger, the tides would destroy the coastlines. If it was any smaller or further away, the oceans would die from a lack of nutrient movement. If Earth's distance from Jupiter were any greater, asteroids and comets would pepper the Earth. If it was any closer, our orbit would become unstable. If gravity was any stronger, Earth would retain too much ammonia and methane. If it was any weaker, the Earth's atmosphere would lose too much water. If the magnetic field was any stronger, electromagnetic storms would destroy us any weaker, and the ozone shield couldn't protect us from radiation. If the Earth's crust was any thicker, it would absorb too much of our oxygen. If it was any thinner, the volcanoes and tectonic activity would make life impossible. If the carbon dioxide level was any greater, runaway greenhouse effect would kill us. If it was any less, then plants would be unable to maintain photosynthesis. Even the tilt of the Earth's axis is critical to maintaining the Earth's temperature. And the probability of these factors occurring anywhere at all in the universe is apparently less than 12 in 100,000 trillion. Michael Behe, the biochemist at Leahy University and author of Darwin's Black Box, wrote this. He said, "The conclusion of intelligent design flows naturally from the data itself." Beloved, tonight, when you look into the night sky and you witness the wonder of the universe and the brightness of the bodies that the Lord has placed there to enlighten our hearts with joy and to enlarge our knowledge of Him, take a minute to thank the God who cares so much for us that He would remind us of His goodness even in the heavens. Psalm 19 verse 1 to 6 declares, "The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims His handiwork. Day to day pours out speech, and night to night reveals knowledge. There is no speech, nor are there words whose voice is not heard. Their voice goes out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world." Now I'm going to leave you with a link to a marvellous video that rejoices in God's good creation. It's called Indescribable, by the Christian artist Chris Tomlin. I'll put the link in the comments box. I do hope that you like it.